Hello, my dashers. I am in the Atlantic Ocean on a transatlantic cruise, and here I am. I'm hoping that you guys can see me. Sorry about last week, technical difficulties. That was the first day on ship, and then trying to get everything organized was just hectic. So we did leave New York, New Jersey, and it was kind of actually, as you've seen from the video I just uploaded a couple days ago. Um, yeah, we went under the Verrazano Bridge, and that was really kind of cool because they blew the horn as we were going over. I can imagine the people who were driving over there going, "What was that? What was that?" And then the big ship underneath them. It was amazing. It was really, really cool. Oh, let's see who's here. Hey, Rick. Rick's in the house. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you can hear me okay. Uh, Still in the Atlantic. We did stop at the Azores yesterday. Yes, yesterday. We were there yesterday from 8:30 in the morning until 5, and then we left or 8:30 to 4:30. And then we left there and have been cruising across the rest to get to Lisbon, Spain. And wow, it has been crazy. Let's see what it says. Hey, Mike, how are you? Mike's in the house. Yeah. It's having being outside and then just seeing the Verrazano Bridge just over you and then hearing the horn of the ship was because the bridge was right underneath where I was standing. So it was awesome. It was just an awesome feeling. And then I got to see the Statue of Liberty while we were going out of New Jersey. And I took some photos of that. And it was just kind of cool to see it from the ship's point of view, getting to go underneath the Verrazano Bridge and then right to the open sea. Now, for 7 days, it has been rocky. Um, we are traveling, let's see, this is March, and honestly, it has been a roller coaster ride for no joke. It has been the rocky up and down. Luckily, I don't get seasick. Thank goodness. Because my sister, if she was on this trip, would have had a hard time. Because it was 7 days straight that it's just, we only had one good day of sailing, where it was very calm and the ship was pretty steady. But if you see me rocking back and forth, that's because that's the ship. That's not me. Because she is a rocking and rolling with 14-foot waves. And yeah, we are out in the open sea. So it has been crazy. Let's see. Yep, can hear you fine. Thank you. Thank you, Rick. Saying hello, hello. Under or over? We went under the Arizona Bridge. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Primal saying hello. So I got a new toy that I'm actually trying out. Um, yeah. They had a sale on the ship, and since I didn't have to pay duty or taxes or anything like that, yeah, it's the DJI Osmo Mobile 8. Um, it's a really cute, cool little camera. So I've been using that on my excursion to the Azores. So I went out shopping, and I always go offshore, onshore, to get a magnet of wherever I'm at. So I always choose. Let me see, where'd my magnet go? Oh, there it is. I always choose a magnet from a local artist. I don't like to get the generic commercially made ones. So this was a little seashell that somebody put the arches, which I have a video of, and that will be coming out as well because I am editing the 7 days on ship. Whew, and I'm still rocking, and we're still rocking. Tomorrow we will land in Lisbon, Portugal. So from that day on, every day will be at a port up until Barcelona when we are finished with the cruise. So this is pretty much the last stint of cruise days. Thank goodness. 7 days without seeing land was like, and then the boat just rocking away. It was like, oh my goodness. Um, But there was a lot to do on Odyssey of the Seas. Unfortunately, a lot of the decks, the upper decks, were closed because it was wet, it was rainy. We couldn't do like, you couldn't go into the pool. There was an area called the solarium, which they literally have enclosed the whole area. So people would go in there for the hot tub or a little soak or something like that. It's mostly an adult area. So, and it was warm and nice. And so this cruise definitely had a lot of seniors on it, a lot of European individuals. There are not so many families. There are a couple, but not really a lot of families on these transatlantics. I think I probably might have saw 4 families, but the rest of them seem to be mostly European, or they've been traveling or cruising for quite a while. And in fact, there were so many back-to-backers. Okay, so that's when you go on they had a 14-day trip down to like Aruba and Curacao and St. John, St. Kitts, and then they came up to New Jersey, and then the next part, which I got on, was from New Jersey all the way to Barcelona. So literally, they filled a whole section. I mean, there must have been at least, I want to say, 400 people that were doing this back to back. So they were literally on the ship for a month. And I'm like, wow. So it was kind of interesting. Let's see what we got. Gadget girl. Yeah, I'm gadget girl. It was on sale. It was a good deal. So I was like, okay. So I find that if I'm going to edit on my phone more than my laptop, that's better to use because then it stays within the phone and I don't have that audio issue that I was having in Courtside with YouTube Creator. Yeah, I didn't have it if I used my actual phone. So that's kind of been a good thing. Uh yeah, okay, you too. Okay. I am the gadget girl. I'm not kidding. Because you're always upgrading yourself. uh, mind you, I had an iPhone 13 Pro Max before I got my 17. Okay. I waited a few years. I didn't get the newest phone just to get the newest phone. My 13 was finally, at its life end. So it wasn't until I decided, okay, I can't deal with this anymore, that I upgraded. So I had a 13 before I upgraded. So I'm not so bad. It actually has got uploaded and is going to air tomorrow because I was doing my live today. I think this is Yeah, the live does count as video, but tomorrow I'm actually doing the deck tour of Odyssey of the Seas. So I have the Esplanade, I have Playmakers, I have the decks, upper decks with the swimming pool and the solarium that I was talking about. All that kind of stuff is all going to be in the video for tomorrow. And also this room, that I'm at. Boo. Oh, hey Annie, how are you? Annie's in the house. So we're not, no, they're still dashers because we all dashed adventures. But yeah, as you can see, the new logo is up. Yay. I did some moving around in the YouTube channel. I still have some descriptions and tags and things that I still need to do, but I've been moving videos around to their appropriate new playlists and things like that so we can, go on a fresh start. Yay. Uh, I still have a 13. Oh, hey, there was nothing wrong. It was just mine was starting to really get hot all the time. My back glass was completely broken. I mean, it was shattered. And it was starting to lag, like really lag. So it was time. It was just time. The burning up really kind of scared me a bit. Nope. So what are we called now? No, it's still dashers. Because we dash off to ventures as solar travelers. I dash off all the time. So, I mean, I like dashers. I'm used to saying dashers. I don't think I would say travelers or nomads. Um, because I think dashers, we all dash off to this or dash off to that. So even though it's not outdoor dash travels, it's still, you guys are still fam. I still dash off to this or that. Right now I'm in Barcelona. In 2 months I'll be in Japan. I'm dashing off. Let's see. I have a 14 now, but before that I had an 8. Yeah. I mean, it just gets to the point where it's time. So I broke down and I got the 17. I don't regret it. It's, you know, I'm a tech geek. You all know that. So it has the AI features and things like that that I've been using a lot, and I love it. Um, but yeah, so that seems to be what is going on. Dash on, dash off. Yes, exactly. Because I'm still have Dasherville because that is like, I dash home, I dash to a trip, I dash to a cruise, whatever it be. I always boom at the last minute go. Boom, here I go. Boom, I'm going to go over here. Boom, I'm going to go over there. So I'm dashing off to go somewhere. So I'm still going to keep it as Dashers because it's just nice. It's the OG. Everybody knows Dasherville. Dash on, dun, dun, dash off. Yeah, so I've got I could show you exactly where we are. We have a wonderful little display showing exactly where we are. This is Lisbon right here, and this is Cadiz. And right there is the shelf, the ocean shelf that we're on. We're about to go, and it says it's 19 meters sea depth. Yeah, it's kind of cool. This is actually the front of the camera of the ship, which obviously it's dark, so you can't see nothing. But we're going 21.3 knots. There's our position. And yeah, so this is where we are. This is Lisbon, Cadiz, Barcelona. It'll go in a little bit more. So Gibraltar will be going, Cartagena, Palma de Mallorca, and Barcelona. So we'll be going down and around. So that is pretty much the course. But we had, it has been rocky and not so pleasant for the whole trip. Thank God I don't have like seasickness, or motion sickness. My sister would not handle this at all. She gets motion sickness if she's in the car and not driving. She has to drive. Otherwise, she gets sick. So she gets seasick. or motion sickness. I lucked out. I don't have that, thank goodness. And boy, this thing has really tested me whether I was going to have motion sickness or not. And no, no, I'm fine. It actually rocks me to sleep. The ship going back and forth because it's not just it's a good sway, you know. So it just rocks me to sleep. It's a good thing. Let's see. Oh my goodness, you guys can hear me, right? There's no comments. Did I lose you all? Wouldn't surprise me if I did, because this is Starlink and we are on a ship and we're in the middle of the ocean. So it wouldn't be surprising if Starlink decided to not work. And I'm forward of the ship. So yeah, it seems like the forward of the ship, I always have a problem. I tried to get the middle or the back, but I always end up in the front for some reason. You know, when you're not paying full fare, you pretty much get what you can take, you know. But how is everyone else doing? Is everyone doing okay? What are your plans? So this week, I'll be going to, this will be actually kind of interesting because in Lisbon, we don't get to port, and we're not allowed to get off the ship until like 11:30 in the morning, which normally we get off at 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. And then we get back on ship at 4:30 in the afternoon. Well, tomorrow we're not leaving port until 10:30 at night. That's a long time to be in a port. So that's kind of nice because we're actually going to be able to enjoy some of the nightlife of Lisbon, as long as we're back on the ship by 10:30 at night. So during this trip, we've been moving our clocks ahead an hour, like for the first like 4 days. Move your clock ahead an hour, move your clock ahead an hour, move your clock ahead an hour. Then 2 days go by, move your clock ahead an hour, move your clock ahead an hour, then wait another day. You know, it's been crazy. But right now, ship time, let's see what ship time. Ship time is midnight, like 16 minutes past midnight, and where it's 7 p.m. in Houston. It's been kind of interesting. Now, when I get to Lisbon, I do have the Minternational phone plan. So I'm able to use internet while I'm on shore. So I've got 500 minutes, 500 texts, and I think it's 10 gigs of data for 10 days. So, and I activated it yesterday because that'll get me all the way through Barcelona and home. So, kind of excited about that. Then I still will have internet and my phone number. If I need to make a call back home or something, it's included, which is kind of a good thing. So I usually just get Airlo or Saley and eSIM, but it's good to have the phone in case something like an emergency happens and I need to get a hold of my sister or something like that. It's good that I can do that. So, but while I'm in Japan, because I'll be in, I'll be there for 30 days. I will be getting a Japanese number, and I will also have a mobile pocket Wi-Fi. So the pocket Wi-Fi will help. I can do Wi-Fi calling with my regular number and then have a Japanese number as an eSIM should I need to get a taxi or something, make a reservation. They want to have a Japanese number. So that's what I will do when I get to Japan. But for just this trip, I went with the Mint International. I think it ended up being like $28 for 10 days. And that's just but it's unlimited 10 gigs, 500 minutes, like talk minutes and 500 texts. So it's a pretty good deal. So let's see. Um, they don't provide internet. Who doesn't provide internet? The cruise? No, you had to buy a package. And I bought the key, which includes one device. So, but once you leave the ship, like when you're in ports, you have nothing, so you have to get an eSIM to navigate Google Maps or, so on and so forth, or, find the local restaurants, what's suggested, or this or that to get, to use anything. You have to have some kind of data package. So an eSIM with Saley or Airlo, or like I did with Minternational. So yeah, they don't provide internet outside the ship. So, but you still have to buy internet while you're here. Hence the reason why I can talk to you guys, because I had the key and that was part of the key. It was part of that package. I'm in Kentucky. I'm in Kentucky on my way back to Canada. You haven't gone back to Canada yet? You're in Kentucky? Well, I'll be back. I come back on the 1st of April. So you'll probably be long gone by then. But, I'll be back on the 1st in Dasherville until the 8th of May. And then the 8th of May is when I head out to Japan for a month to learn Japanese. So, yeah, that is what it's looking like for, at least the next 2 months. You haven't made it back to Canada. There's a lot of Canadians on this ship at the moment. In fact, I have one of my dinner mates. It's funny because they put all the solo cruisers together in one big like six top, So all of us single cruisers get together, and he's from Canada and he's meeting his cousin or something. He's getting off in Malaga, and he's taking a flight to Greece to get on another ship. And you have to get permission in order to get off the ship outside of Barcelona. So that is what he has already gotten permission ahead of time before the ship sailed. So he's all set with that. But he's from Canada. There's plenty of Canadians on the ship, which I was pretty shocked to find out. They always ask, where are you from? Because, I'm Asian, and I look around and there's probably one or two Asian families. The rest are pretty much European, and except for the staff, there are a lot of Filipinos and people from China and things that are here on the ship as crew, but as cruisers, I think there's only like 2 Asian families that I've seen outside of myself. Maybe 3. The rest of it are all white European and from Canada or Europe or whatever. And they're all senior. Most of them seem to be like seniors, like above 60. So it's kind of nice. Internet leaves no room for exploring and just explore. Internet leaves no room for exploring and just explore. Yeah. Well, it's good so I don't get lost. I know where the port is and how to get there. I make a pin as soon as I get off the ship, so I know exactly where I am. So wherever I end up, I know how to get back. So it's good to, but if you're curious about a restaurant, what's good, what's not, you can walk into a dive bar and, the food is like rated at a 1, or you can go into, a mom and pop shop that's rated as a 5.0. And so, yeah, I would go there. So I like to taste the different cuisines, explore different cathedrals, architecture, those are things that kind of fascinate me, and especially being in Europe, there's so much history there that you just I can't wait to get to Barcelona. I'm staying a couple extra days past the cruise to go to, like, El Sagrado La Familia, which is huge, like, historical church, that you can actually walk up the steeple, and the stairs are just, like, shoulder width apart, and you can see where they to defend her, they had holes that people would, either have muskets or whatever, and it's just in the way that they've made it is so ingenious, and it's just so beautiful, and the basilicas and the gardens and so much history that it's like I'm taking an extra couple of days. I'm staying at a hostel, and I'm just gonna, walk around the town and have a great time. So that's kind of things I like to do. I did that in Finland. I did that in Estonia. Um, I really didn't do so much in the Azores because um, I didn't feel secure in the Azores. It's kind of dirty, and it was kind of I wouldn't say sketchy, but I would say definitely y- everyone knew you were a tourist, and it was like a target. So I'm like, yeah, no. So I mean, and then you go to, like, the MoneyGram, the only one place that you can exchange dollars to make euros, and you go in there and say, "I'm sorry, we're out of euros." Well, a cruise ship of over 5,000 people are coming in, you think you'd order a little bit more, right? You know? I'm just, kinda saying. Let's see. Uh, yeah, but you can see that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But you don't understand, some of these streets are like, they are to try and get there, if you don't have GPS to get your butt back, you'll be walking in circles by the time you figure it out. So, and I mean, I wanna stay closer to the port when it gets dark out, but I wanna see, like, the nightlife. I mean, why not? The first time that I'm actually going to be in a port past 5 o'clock, because usually 5 o'clock we're sailing for the next destination. So this will be the first time that I actually get to stay longer, because we dock at 11:30. I mean, we get off the ship at 11:30, but we have 11 hours to explore Lisbon, Portugal, which I've never been. So I am taking every advantage that I can and going ahead and enjoying that. Absolutely. Uh, it is. Don't get me wrong, it is huge. You had the question of, what's the difference between the Odyssey of the Seas and the Titanic? And I was like surprised at, the tonnage, the gross, they had the passenger count was like 2,500, and here it's 5,000. It's like, whoa, wow. Um, Yeah, it makes the Titanic look like a sailboat. Like, wow. And it was funny because when we actually docked in the Azores, there was a three-masted ship, like actual sails and masts, three of them, an older three-masted ship on the other moor. So I was like, wow, look at that. Like, old and new. I mean, what a contrast. Unbelievable. It was awesome. Had to take a picture of that because that was cool. Cupcakes from every country. Oh, did you see my picture? 5 boxes of Walmart cupcakes. I got them all. I snagged all 5 of them and took them right off that shelf. I had 5 boxes of freaking Walmart cupcakes, dude. I was like, "Score!" And I took them all. Uh, yeah, they're my favorite. Yeah, you guys didn't get any, sorry. Murder holes? I don't know what that is. Uh, that's what those holes are called. Oh, the holes in El Sagrada La Familia? Oh, look, common sense. Oh, look, common sense not so common. Oh, the Titanic was half the size of your ship. Yeah, half. And it was double the width. I think it was double the width of the Titanic. I was like, "Oh, look at the differences between them." I'm like, "Wow." Um, the three-masted ship was the USS Constitution. No, this was in the Azores. I don't know if it was a US ship. Um, because the Azores belong to Portugal. So I don't know, but it was awesome to see. I should have like walked up to it and actually like looked to see if it was a museum or something, because that was cool. I mean, I took a picture of it. It was just nice to see all the rigging and the masts. I mean, of course they were folded in. They were moored. So, yep. Huh. It's nice though. But it has been a trip. 7 days straight at sea before we actually got to the Azores. And then we left yesterday at 5 o'clock. We've been out at sea until tomorrow at 10 o'clock when we get into port in Lisbon. And of course, we're back to the rockiness. Now, apparently, in the summertime or whatever, it's supposed to be more calmer. But I thought to myself, I don't think so because usually that's hurricane season. So I would rather, if I'm going to do this, do it during this time or in November, December, but it's so cold. Um, right now the temperature is around, well, tomorrow we're supposed to be 75 in Lisbon. Yeah, and sunny. We haven't seen sun, but uh half a day at sea and a half a day in the Azores. Other than that, it's been cloudy, it's been rainy, it's been windy, it's been cold. um, yeah, and it's been rocky. So, but it's supposed to be sunny and 75 in Lisbon. So I'm like, so excited, so excited. How's the burgers? Well, not like Canadians, that's for sure. Not like yours. Not like your burgers. Um, it's the ship. What do you expect? I mean, you have to understand that most of the food on here is banquet style. So, I mean, I will say their New York strip steak is great. That is kind of like my backup meal is the New York strip. It's almost on every meal. I have dinner every night at 5 o'clock in the main dining room. But yesterday was like a taste of Asian. And I just went up to Windjammers where I knew they had a made to order stir fry. So I was able to put the things I like in mine and then have him cook it up. And then that's what I ate. So I didn't even go down to the main dining room because that's more banquet style eating. And so, yeah. I was not liking what was on the menu. That's the best thing because if you don't like it, you can go to the Windjammer, and Windjammer has everything. It has hamburgers, hot dogs. It has, every day they have some kind of theme, Indian theme, Asian theme, Caribbean theme. Um, you know, uh, so it's kind of like a mix mash, but you can always get a burger, you can always get hot dogs, you can always get fries and chicken fingers because those are what kids like to eat. And so, and a salad. I mean, worst comes to worst, you eat that. um, breakfast, the same thing. And I like to go to the solarium for breakfast because it's more fresh and it's not as crowded and crazy. So Windjammer usually takes up the whole back end. That restaurant wraps around the whole back end of the ship. So I actually got a picture, a video of when we left the Azores of the trail of the motor of the, oh my gosh, the ship's trail at the back end of the ship. It actually goes for a while. And it happened to be sunset. So it was really kind of cool like setting. So I got that with my wonderful camera. Iceberg season bed, time to go. Yeah, I think I'm not doing that. No. Iceberg lettuce maybe. The food's good. Mac and cheese. Actually, they've got lobster mac and cheese. That's a lot. That's actually we had that what 2 nights ago in the main dining room, lobster mac and cheese, and it was actually really good. You can always get steak and lobster or just the steak or whatever from Chops. I actually one day I did get the steak and lobster, but the lobster was way overcooked. So it was really dry and everything else. So they actually took like $7 off. Like good because you have to pay extra for the Chops dinner. And well, they must have made that lobster and it sat in a hot box or a hot warmer for a while because whoo, that was like probably the worst lobster tail I've ever had. And so they took it off, which was nice. So I did eat the steak, which was really good. And that was a chops fillet. Wake, wake, that's the ship trail. The wake, yes, the ship's wake. Yes, you're right. The wake of the ship, correct. And it's long because it's a long ship and it's got a lot of power. And like literally, you see the whole wake for a while. And it was kind of cool. So you have the wake, you've got just the last bit of the Azores, and then you had the sunset. And it was just a really such a cool picture. Really. I love that. Ooh, fancy mac and cheese. Yeah, no lobster here. Well, you guys are too funny. Fancy mac and cheese. Well, I like lobster, so it works for me. They probably took that dried the dried lobster and cut it up to put it in the mac and cheese because it was so dry. They probably, made some and then, kept it in the warmer and it just got overcooked. So they cut it up and made it lobster mac and cheese. Too funny. Your meals paid for? Yes. Meals are well, let me put it this way. Okay. There are specialty restaurants. Okay. So you've got Giovanni's, which is Italian. You've got Chops, which is your steakhouse. You've got Wonderland, which is your fancy dancy upgrade, specialty restaurant. You've got Izumi's Teppanyaki Hibachi. Okay. Those you have to pay. And it's like, $45 and you get a 4-course meal for like chops and stuff like that. And if you want lunch, it's like $25. It's pretty reasonable. But You can go to Solarium Bistro. You can go to a local fresh, which is a Chipotle. You can make your own Chipotle. Okay. You can go to the Windjammer, which is always like I said, the wraparound. It's huge. It's a buffet, but it's got so many choices for you. You've got the main dining room, you've got room service, and you've got Cafe Promenade, which is downstairs. Like it's open 24 hours. They always have like finger sandwiches. So even if you're hungry at 4 a.m. in the morning, you can go down to Cafe Promenade and get a little finger sandwich. Sorrento's Pizza, that's also free. And that is from 11 o'clock in the morning to like 3 in the morning. So that's pretty much your free stuff and what you pay for and what you have free. So there's tons of free stuff. If you're on an Oasis class, there's also Park Avenue, which is on the 8th floor of the atrium where it has a garden and everything. And you can get paninis and salads. That's all free. And the boardwalk has hot dogs, again, on the Oasis class, not on this ship, but on Oasis class. They do have hot dogs out on the boardwalk that come with the price, no problem. Now, some have Playmakers, which is a sports bar, and that is pay. So usually what I do is I get 20 wings for like, I think it's like $18 for 20 wings. And I eat what I want, and then I keep the rest for snicky snacks, like for late at night. So it's kind of like a couple meals of snicky snacks. Um, so and everything's charged to your room. So you have a credit card on file, and everything is charged to your room. So you don't have cash to pay. It's all charged to the room, and then you get the one charge at the end of the cruise. That's the one charge that gets charged to your credit card. So you just use your C pass, which has your name. It has your name, your room number. Like I'm Prime with the casino, so I get free drinks. Uh, cocktails up to $14. And then I'm Diamond Plus, which I get, 5 free drinks in any bar. And then if I bought the key or any kind of package, it also tells that on this thing. So basically you give them the thing, and this basically acts like your credit card on ship. And then at the end of the cruise, you end up paying one charge for everything that you've purchased. So that's how all of the charges work on a ship. So if you come into port at night, you won't blow. Cheese makes everything taste better. Oh yeah, and bacon. You're right, and bacon. Bacon. Wonder how wide the stern of that ship is. I don't know. We'll find out. Yes, it does have a fridge. It's a mini fridge. So what I do is I go down to the casino and I get free drinks all night long in the casino. So I'll buy I'll get 2 cans or 3 cans of soda, and then I'll put them in my fridge to stock up. So I never buy a soda package or drink package, because if I want a drink, I'll go to the casino, get it, and whatever. Also, I'm a Diamond Plus member, so I get 5 coupons in any bar to get a drink if I want one. And I don't drink, so I only drink soda. So I use 1 coupon for dinner, and then I have all these I bring to my fridge here, and it stays nice and cool. Hey, Larissa's on the house. Hey. I got the key too. Well, yeah, you had to because I bought it for you. For free. Yeah, because mom paid for it. You got Diamond Plus for free because mom put you on. she's a minor, so I was able to get her Diamond Plus status. So when she turns 18, she's already a Diamond Plus member. However, in order for her to get Pinnacle, she's got to go all through 700 nights. I don't. um, no, she is not on this trip. This is just me. This is a 15-day trip. She couldn't be out that long for school. Mm-mm. No, I should be though. No, no, you've got school. That's more important. Hand over the cupcakes and nobody gets it. I know 5 boxes. Can you believe that, Mike? I couldn't believe it. 5 boxes. I know on Thursday mornings I got to go and get those cupcakes because they must have their shipment come in Wednesday night or something. Because I went there Thursday morning and there were 5 boxes of cupcakes. And of course, they were kind of stashed in the back. I mean, I had to look in the snack cake aisle, and I looked all the way down to find the cupcakes. When I found them, I cleared them out right there. I don't care. And guess what? They were gone before I left the ship. I left to go on this trip. Yeah, Deb and I ate them all. All 5 boxes. Homeschool. No. Larissa can't even do school. Oh, yeah. I'd be too strict on homeschool. She wouldn't like me. She's like, yeah, no. You wouldn't like me afterwards. Homeschool is better. You don't know me as a teacher. Ha ha ha. Let's see what it says. Come on. Dad got the curry ramen. Oh, did you try it yet? I actually found Cup of Noodles makes curry ramen. Really? Just don't add the water all the way to the line. Go a little bit further down because otherwise it's too soupy. Yeah. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad. I passed up so many cupcake boxes. Oh, are you serious? Mike, you better be lying. You better be lying. Oh my gosh. He just bought it. Yeah, you probably had a whole box to yourself. Didn't want to tell nobody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I had 5 boxes without y'all, except my sister ate half of them. Every time I had 2 cupcakes, she had 2 cupcakes. Those 8 cupcakes went by. Oh, but it was good cupcakes. If you guys ever get the great value cupcakes from Walmart, they're worth getting. I mean, it doesn't taste plastic and they're very moist and they are like the old Hostess cupcakes. So, real chocolatey, no wax taste, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, totally recommend them. He's not laughing. Yeah, really? Well, guys, I am going to pretty much cut it a little short here today. I'm surprised that you guys, what do you think about all the new logo and the new changes? I think it pretty much suits me better. Um, covering all 3 of the facets of my nomadic life. Let's see. That's 2.5. Yeah, that's 2.5 boxes for me. Good night, everyone. Good night, sweetheart. Night. See ya. Nope. Well, you don't like the new format? Thanks, Mike. Oh, yeah, you wanted to keep us away from them. Oh, great. Oh, thanks. I like it. Yeah, and as soon as I make the stickers, I'll make sure you get one. I'll make sure you get one, Rick. But thanks, everyone, for joining me here out at sea. Let's see. Yep, I'll still be I'll still be on ship next week. Next Sunday. I think it'll be the day before we get to Barcelona. So, yeah, I've got the next 7 days at different ports. I think I have 1 day of cruising. We go to Lisbon. I think there's 1 day of cruising before we get to Cadiz. And then the rest of it from there on is every day there's a new port, all the way up until Barcelona. So stay tuned for the videos. I am finishing up the deck tours of the different adventures on deck. Um, Hopefully, though, tomorrow I can finish up. I didn't get to do much of the top decks because they closed them off because of the wind and the rain. It's too slippery for all of us to go up there. So I'm hoping that once we dock, they're going to be allow us to go up on the deck, on the top deck, because during this cruise we weren't able to go up there. And iFly is there. There's a rock wall. There's the flow rider. There's a lot of other things I couldn't film because there was no access to it because that is on the upper floor, which obviously for safety reasons they closed off. So hopefully tomorrow I can get the footage and do a separate video on just the top decks of Odyssey of the Seas with the North Star and everything like that. So thanks for joining me, guys. I think that pretty much wraps it up for this week. A lot of ship tours, a lot of just being on ship, shopping and talking and playing, casino. I have a friend here that I met few cruises ago, and she's on the ship. We coordinated that, so having some fun with her. And yeah, so next week I will be doing a makeover, just so y'all don't get crazy. Um, this girl's getting this haircut finally after being declared cancer free and in remission. My growth of my hair, I'm getting a haircut and I'm getting a color, guys. Yeah, you're not gonna know who I am next week. Let's see what you pointed to the opposite corner. No, this one right here. Um, I need a few. No, I wanted to keep us away from the cuckoos. I like you. Oh, okay. You like the logo. Okay, good. Um, yeah. So your girl's getting a makeover. This is all getting colored and chopped and styled and yeah. So yeah, kind of looking forward to it. You're gonna have to tune in next week to see what happens. Ah, ha, ha. And so thanks for joining me, guys. Love you all. Have a great evening. Stay safe out there. And as always, stop dreaming it and start living. Bye, guys. Be safe out there. See you later.